Am I the asshole for not respecting my husband's need for a break? I, 26F, and my husband, 26M, have 2 kids, 4F and 1F. We've been together almost 6 years. He works full-time while I stay home with the kids. We are currently in the midst of our biggest fight in a long time. Today is my husband's day off. We only have 1 car, and he doesn't like for me to drive him to work, so I usually plan to run errands on his off days. About 90% of the time I take the kids with me. Today, I needed to go to the DMV to update my ID and then take 4 years old to the pediatrician. We had then planned to go look at a couple of houses. We're trying to buy a house when I got back. I wasn't planning to take the kids to the DMV with me, as that sounds like literal hell, and 4 years old has severe anxiety about going to the doctor and needs my full attention, so I wasn't going to take the baby with us to her appointment. This was all communicated to my husband in advance, but I guess it only hit him this morning that this is all happening on the same day. He came into the bathroom while I was getting ready and asked if I was taking the kids with me to the DMV. Admittedly, this did immediately upset me, as I knew he was going to ask and felt that even asking was ridiculous. I said no, and he went, "Ugh. Really?" Which I didn't really respond to. A few minutes later, he went to start brushing his teeth and said, verbatim, "Well, I can tell you right now, if I'm watching your kids all day, we're not going to be looking at houses tonight." I don't know if he meant the "your kids" as a joke. He says he did. But he looked angry and sounded angry. I said, "My kids?" And he doubled down on it. "Your kids." I asked again to be sure. "My kids?" Again. "Your kids." So then I was really pissed and got petty. I said, "Fine, I'll take my kids with me to the DMV. I'll take them both with me to the pediatrician too. Why should I expect help with my kids, right? God forbid their father takes care of them." For some context, this isn't the first time I've been made to feel guilty for leaving the kids with him. It's never been for more than a couple hours, and never for anything fun. It's always stuff like doctor's appointments. I take them with me grocery shopping while he stays home by himself. And I don't mind that. They're good kids, and I enjoy taking them with me most places. And I do think he deserves his breaks and time to himself. But the little comments and huffs when I do have to leave them home are infuriating, and I have told him that. Even if I plan things during the baby's nap, he'll still say something like, "Well, what if she wakes up before you get back?" Like, okay? Are you not her dad? So the fight spiraled. We both said some nasty things that I'm not sure we didn't mean. He basically said that my life was a lot easier than his, and I don't appreciate him and everything he does. I said that I'm fucking exhausted, never get a break, and the odd trip to the grocery store alone doesn't count. He said that he didn't mean the "not looking at houses tonight" comment as a punishment, just that he'd be too tired after watching the kids all day. It's too much for him on his day off when he has to go back to work tomorrow. I said, then he admits that my job is hard too. That taking care of the kids all day is exhausting. Also, I don't believe he didn't mean it as a punishment. He was angry when he said it, and it felt like I was being punished. If he'd said something like, "Hey, this is a lot for one day, let's just look at houses another day," then fine. But he didn't. He yelled at me and said not to compare him to my father. How is he supposed to defend himself when I act like he's a deadbeat and shit father? I said that I never said anything like that, but he does act like any time he has to watch the kids is a huge inconvenience for him, and it makes me feel like I'm not allowed to do anything without them. He said it is a huge inconvenience, and I said that it shouldn't be. It should be par for the course, taking care of your children. He stomped off to the bedroom and I never made it to the DMV. Obviously this fight has been building for a while. I didn't really realize how angry I was though. TLDR, I'm angry that husband makes me feel bad when I need to leave the kids with him and feel unappreciated and undervalued. He's angry that I don't seem to respect his need for a break after working full time and also feels unappreciated.